That'd be absolutely devastating.
Oh! Here, this is Joey Owens' show. They've been trying to get me on this broadcast forever, and this is the worst damn podcast I've ever been on. So you all can kiss my ass while I win this match.
All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to Gonzo'S Wrestling Room, GWR, Monday, May 5th, 2025. Excuse me. I'm Chris Gonzo'S, joined by Tony Gonzalez and Marcus Fine. How's it going, guys?
I was just getting ready to say I don't know how to act because Kristen about choked to death. Now you're going to start choking to death. Well, I hope everybody's doing good. We'll get things started. We'll start off with Marcus Fine Independent Wrestling Report. Got some results for us and probably some other things. And I know we're going to go over a big show that's happening this Saturday, a huge show that hopefully is going to do real well. So and we got our top fives too.
Okay. Yep.
April.
You ready?
Yep.
Birthdays today. Today is Mrs. Skullcrusher's birthdays. Anna's birthday's today. And referee Wade Silver's birthday is today. Terry Perkins, also known as Tank, his birthday is on Tuesday. And Kevin Mitchell's wife, Mrs. Carey, his birthday is also on Tuesday. So happy birthday to all of them. I guess we'll send out our well wishes to our cohort Warren. He's not feeling too good tonight, so get better, buddy. I know being around us makes people sick, so we won't hold that against you. So, okay, I got a few sets of results here. I'll do Friday nights first. This is courtesy of our good buddy Michael Starrett. He was at the WCW Outlaw Arena for Spring Slam Friday night. It saw Max Sterling defeat the Waterboy. Ruthless Domination defeated Pogo and Jackson Morgan. Brody Buckets defeated Troy Valentine and Juan Sanchez in a triple threat match. Maliko defeated Mark Magnus. Andre Stray defeated Zay Gates. Okay, here we go. Zach Nova defeated Mike Noble. In a last man standing match, he retained his WCW Gunslinger title. And Joey Owens, IK3, Bobo Brazil Jr., Austin James, and Big Pete defeated Kenneth James, Jordan James, Phoenix, TJ Powers, and Reggie Edwards in the 5-on-5 elimination match. So we thank you, Michael Starrett. Then we were at the Bearcat Rumble Saturday. Bearcat Rumble 5 in Muncie, Indiana, Saturday night. It saw Mimic defeat Elijah Arrows. TJ Powers and Austin James defeated Mark Magnus and Will Asher. Brody Buckets defeated the Waterboy to retain the DCCW US title. The former Belmont wrestler Cole Mendez won the Bearcat Rumble. Then Hank Calhoun defeated Jackson Morgan, Mitchell Taylor, and Mike Noble in a fatal four-way to win the vacated DCCW Heavyweight Championship. And Kenneth James, Jordan James, and Cole Mendez defeated Joey Owens, Jason Orr, and Mike King to become the new DCCW Tag Team Champions.
Real quick, Marcus, what was your match of the night?
The first one. Mimic and Elijah Arrow.
I'll give that match of the night. A moment of the night, I'll have to give it to Hank.
Yeah, that was the shock of the night.
Was that? Oh, yeah, it was shock of the night. And I was shocked to him, too. But pretty good show. I mean, pretty decent show. I liked it. It was pretty interesting. Yeah, the Mimic match, just a great wrestling match. I mean, them two, they went at it, man. It was a really good wrestling match.
Pure wrestling match.
Yes, pure wrestling.
Hold for hold. I loved it.
Chris, what did you think of the show? And did you have a match of the night or anything that stood out to you?
I thought it was a good show. Bearcat Rumble is always a fun one that we go to. Excuse me. I thought the Rumble match was pretty cool with involving a lot of the high school coaches and some of the wrestlers. That's always a fun thing that they do at that show. I agree with you guys. That first match was a really good match. I enjoyed that the main event as well.
Yeah.
That was cool, especially to see the Hank's reaction because him not knowing him him trying to kick out trying to kick thinking the guy's going to kick out and it not happening. So no, it was a fun night.
And what you say? They raised
Solid
$2,500.
show. So somewhere along those lines, between $2,000 and $3,000. I think they did pretty well. So, congratulations to DCCW. I also know WCW helps out a lot, and to AJ and his staff and the BEARCAT club did a good job and got some money for the club. So I think that's awesome. Yeah, AJ got a big shock. A lot of people there, some did, because some of them are high school wrestling fans. But the Belmont Trader turned on the Central BEARCAT. So,
I looked him up. He had a pretty successful career, right? I went over
He was a good wrestler.
his name right, and I looked. Man, that kid did very well for himself.
And Mendez' name has been there in the Belmont area for a long time. There's other names too. I'm not remembering them, but there's a
Mendez, Farouk,
Baker. Baker and Farouk and Mendez. Them are big names that have been going on since the 70s and maybe even before that. So a lot of wrestlers come through there with those names. Belmont definitely a rich history and wrestling. Okay, Marcus.
You want me to go ahead and do the big show?
Jay, more results, or was that it?
That's all I had. I only had the two shows.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Courtesy of my good buddy Sam Mitchell, he could not come on tonight. He has trouble with these podcast things. So I told him I'd go ahead and take this for him. There is a huge benefit show taking place at the Outlaw Arena on Saturday. Sam Mitchell's Hoosier Wrestling Alliance is presenting the Nathan Merritt Benefit Show. Again, it's Saturday, May 10th at the Outlaw Arena. All proceeds will go to the family of Nathan Merritt. This is for the buddy we lost, 5-6 weeks ago in that terrible storm that hit Danville. And he put together a heck of a set of matches here. You're going to see a triple threat match between Jared Savage, Vinny Ratlock, and Cronus the Berserker. You're going to see Pogo taking on Jensen, John Scrutch taking on Dex Royal, Jordan Dye will take on Tyler Lytle. Now we have a card subject to change. I did get a message from Sam early this morning. The ladder match, number one contender match for the Hoosier Wrestling Alliance Hybrid Championship is supposed to be between Percy Drews and Troy Valentine. Percy Drews cannot make it for Saturday, so I guess Troy Valentine is going to do an open challenge. Okay. We don't know who his partner is going to be, but it's still going to be a ladder match for the number one contenders match. So that ought to be good. You're going to see an AWR New Blood Championship dog collar match. The champion Pitt Freeman will be taking on Brody Botkins. And in the main event, the New Era Wrestling All-American Championship triple threat street fight. The champion Cavern Canyon will be taking on Gigi Jacobs and Aiden Blackheart. So that's a damn solid card.
Yes, it is. Yeah, that's a good card. That is a good card.
Front row tickets are $20. All the rest of them are $15. Cash only, because it is a benefit show and Sam's not set up to do anything. And literally concessions, everything that's brought in will go to Nathan Merritt's family. So doors open at 5, bell time is 6. So if you can make it, please do. We'll make Nathan proud that night. So a lot of these matches were put into effect because of Nathan's like for the sport, and there's a lot of people on here he knew, and this is for him and his family. So,
let's pack the house, and I think it's going to be a good show. I think it's going to be a good event, and appreciate Mr. Mitchell doing this. And
if you have any questions or you need anything, just if you can't get a hold of Sam, contact me, and I can get you to Sam. So.
And also give a shout out to Joey Owens and them helping out, and anybody in his crew or anybody that's helping out with the show, deserves high praise. So definitely, put that out there. Well, guys, we got our top 5s of independent wrestlers for April. Chris, you want to go first?
Yeah, I can. Excuse me. At 5, I'm gonna go with Juan Sanchez. At 4, Jackson Morgan. At 3, Zach Nova. 2, Elijah Arrows. And at 1, I got Brody Botkins.
Okay. I'll go next. We'll let Marcus go last. He probably seen a few more shows than we did. My number 5 is Zach Nova. Been killing it as of late. Logan Myers in my number 4. TJ Powers, my number 3. I've seen that match at the at AVW with him and Cecil Cerveza, and him winning that match. I thought he did a great job, so I put him in at number 3. Look who the cat drug in, guys.
Don't read that shit. He's already put himself in the top 5, and we haven't seen him in years. It seems like
We said the month of April. We seen you in May. We didn't see you wrestle in April. Sorry. In the last year. My number 2 is Cruiser. Won a big match. Cruiser did there at AACW the last time we seen him. And my number 1, Brody Botkins, who's been killing AACW and more. So Brody Botkins also my number 1, Chris. So, Marcus?
All right, here we go. At number 5, the man who successfully defended 2 titles back-to-back at NGW, Ace Anderson. He defended the tag team titles successfully and then come back out. Well, actually, he did the Hoosier champion first, and then immediately come back out for the next match with his tag team partner and defended his tag team titles. So Ace Anderson's at number 5. Number 4 is the Brothers of Depravity, Limbo and Napier, for defeating War Beast at AVW to become the new tag team champions there. And then Zay Gates and David Light winning the WCW tag team titles in the Fatal 4-Way. At number 2, I have Thomas Keith becoming the new NGW heavyweight champion by defeating Jason Levi in the cage. And number 1 is Cruiser for defeating Justin Terrell in the cage in Sharpsville. So that is my top 5 for April.
I think Jared's wanting to make the list for May, but heck, he was even late. He showed up late.
I think he wants to get on there because he showed up to eat pizza. He showed up to help his team out. And
But he missed half the match.
It's true.
But he showed up to eat pizza. I think maybe that's why he thinks.
Hey, don't let facts get in the way of things.
Hank says he's going to be number 1 next month.
Well,
Hank, you are going to be in my top 5. I'm telling you right.
Definitely going to be on the top 5 for sure. I agree with that.
But you got to wait till
He's
wait till June to hear that.
Hank's a solid 2.
Okay, I can put you at 2.
Well, he may be number 1 on my list.
Well, no, he said 2. He wants to be at 2. We'll put him at 2.
No, that's what Mike King said.
Jared said that.
Oh, I guess it is what he said. I didn't read the top. No, brother.
Well, that's true. He don't need a full match. Like, that's probably the first time he's wrestled in a while. How long has it been, Jared? Probably about what?
I think since the last DCCW show before the one we've seen this year.
Did he? Because he wasn't at the anniversary show, so
No, it was the one prior to that.
Probably like October of last year.
I think so.
Now he may be sneaking out wrestling somewhere. Him and Rikishi may be having matches or something somewhere.
Yeah, those are the backyard room somewhere anyway. What's up,
You said that.
Jeffrey Landis is on here. What's up, buddy? That's a guy I've known through the internet for quite a while. He used to referee for Jason Maples in a lot of places.
Well, guys, we got a little time to kill that I really didn't plan on. What you guys want to talk about? I'll be like Cody Rhodes. What do you want to talk about?
There's a lot of wrestling. Oh, they did postpone AVW from this past Sunday because of the weather. It will take place Sunday there at the 210 Saloon. I think he said that mothers get in free, and then it's normal ticket prices. And, of course, the card had to be changed because of scheduling conflicts because of the change. But should still be a pretty good show. So
I didn't
And
think about that. We could have had them on there, and they could have told us about the show for this Sunday.
I'm not sure they know.
But yeah, you're probably right. They're probably still,
I know Emerge is running this weekend.
yes.
There's a bunch of shows running this
Saturday.
weekend.
Like I said, 8 months or so.
Yep, that's what I figured. WWE's got their pay-per-view Backlash on Saturday.
David Kraft wants to talk about the Pacers.
Pacers kicked butt last night, that's for sure.
They look
Hey,
good.
Ricky Gibbs is in the house. Kelly come up with the top 4.
Oh, she's got top 4? Okay.
Cruiser, Nerd, Zay, and David.
We knew Nerd was going to be on there.
You knew Nerd's going to be on there. I'm surprised
he hasn't won a match all month, but I guess so.
You know why?
I'm surprised Nerd just isn't all 5.
Yeah, nerd. Nerd is the word. It ain't bird, it's nerd.
Oh, man, don't get that started. I'm going to contact him. When I see him at AACW, I'll see if he wants to come on here.
What about you, Ricky Guns?
What about you, Ricky Good? Benchmark Pro Wrestling in Ohio this weekend.
Yeah. Well, and
Oh, she said she thought about putting Mike King at number 1, but again, we hadn't seen you in April.
yep. I'm surprised she didn't have Call to X in there. She's slipping.
Ricky Guns, she wanted Ricky Guns to be number 1 because she did see. We seen him at the AVW.
Yep.
There's a bunch of wrestling going on.
Hey, what's going on? We saw Alex Saturday. Now all of a sudden he's back. He's back in the comment section. Damn, you running a fever?
Good to see you, Alex. I thought you fell off the face of the earth somewhere.
Well, I think he knew I put his picture on that milk carton, so he knew who was going to find him.
Fell in a pothole in the Greenfield or something. I got to give it a bit to Taylor. That guy, I was laughing when I was doing pictures, and his picture come up, and I'm laughing. He says, the way to make Mutsy's property values go up is to put in a city landfill. And I'm thinking, I just started laughing. It's like city landfill. And Kelly's like, what? It's like, oh, Mitchell and these damn promos. That's how he's going to raise the property values in Mutsy. Put in a city landfill.
That's one thing. The crowd seemed like they had a good time Saturday night at the show, so they were definitely into it. I'll tell you what, Brody had that crowd going.
Hey, Jared, while you're out here, we do have a complaint.
Oh,
No, it ain't bad. We want cold sodas from the snack bar, please.
he didn't handle that. You have to talk to AJ.
I know, but I figured he could tell somebody, hey, fill up a cooler, stick my pop in there. Drinking hot pop is weird.
Yeah, it was pretty much just like buying it off the shelf at Walmart. It wouldn't go at all.
They put them in them. They get them and they put them in them like refrigerator cooler things, and they got to be in there a while to get cold. It's not in there long enough.
Probably a good day.
That's why I like Juanita's there at the Dub. That shit sits in there all week long, and then that stuff's ice cold.
Yeah,
you'll be on, Ricky. Give him a second.
He said he had no control over the drinks.
Yeah, he wasn't there to the main. Give him a break.
I know. Well, I figured he could tell Terry something along the line.
Half the main.
Yeah, Mike Keene's got so big, he only works a half a match.
Well, he told him he got to get on that jet and fly across the ocean because he was in Europe because George James says he wants him there now.
He got there quick, man. Must have been a fast jet.
And I guess we'll toot Waterboy's horn for a little bit. That guy has really improved. I mean,
yeah, I'm glad you brought that up.
He's really been showing a lot of potential and has really come a long way taking on these Brody, Dex.
Almost got him on my top 5 this month. I'm not gonna lie, he was right there. He was one of them.
Well, he made it on my mind in March. I didn't see him much in April.
Well, remember we seen him at that benefit show there at the theater there, Greenfield, Brody and Waterboy, because they ran out in the street. That match was just anyhow. But Waterboy's come a long way.
That was a good match, man. He did a great job. Brody had that crowd infuriated, which is his job, and it was a good match. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I got Bobby to flip him off.
Oh yeah, he
Bobby off big time.
Oh yeah, Bobby
was upset because he was wanting some knuckles from Brody, which of course Brody said hi to him and stuff earlier tonight. But when it came to that time, Brody was working and Bobby was pissed.
Yeah, he went right up to the ring to flip him off.
Yeah, Bobby was very upset. And I do know, I think probably the next show for DCCW is going to be the Juneteenth, and coming up middle of June. That's a free show here in Muncie. So we'll have more details on that as we get them. I'm going to announce a date and then be wrong. I'm pretty certain I know the date, but.
Well, it's June 12th, right?
I think, we'll say 14th. Is that Saturday, I think.
Yeah, because it's the
same day as Frankfurt.
Yeah.
You doing both shows, Marcus?
No, we're in charge of getting them in the building.
He's going to drive from Frankfurt to Muncie back to Frankfurt. Yeah.
No, I bet she's not. No, she's in there saying you bet she's not.
Hey, Kelly, Marcus said you are going to do it.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's always worked.
That's going to work.
That always gets me.
Hey, Marcus is the man. That's what I told Brody at least, and then Brody slapped the shit out of him.
I guess I can say keep Kelly in your well wishes. Like she's doing fine. They put a tube in her ear today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, did it right there in the doctor's office.
If you want to do both shows, Marcus, all we gotta do is get Nerd on the Juneteenth show.
Yep.
Well, that's true. That could probably do it.
We can get you back and forth.
Probably drop out the fairgrounds.
All the X and Nerd. She'll be more than happy to drive up there.
She'll drop me off at the fairgrounds with the key and says, "I'll see you later."
I gotta go see Nerdy. Nerdy.
Yeah, WPW will be a week early
because of the 500.
Yep. It could have I think it's
that's pretty mild.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee when we get off the air, there's going to be more than just that being said.
See, even Mike said you could make both.
See?
Okay, what time does Juneteenth start? Because we're going to be out here at the fairgrounds at 3:00 to let everybody in.
It probably started probably about 3 or 4.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
3. No, I'll tell you, I thought that was that's somebody else. That's Glenn. I thought that was Bird. Jared said it's an early show. There's no reason why Kelly can't make it. He didn't say that, but he did say it's early show. I said rest.
I think it usually starts around 2 or 3.
Yeah,
I don't think it's 2. I think it's about 3.
Yeah,
there's no reason why Kelly can't drive all the way from Frankfurt. Probably an hour and a half to Muncie and back to Frankfurt.
What do you think, Marcus?
She ain't gonna do it.
I don't think we can make it and get set up. I think we can make the show. I don't think we can make it and set up.
No, you guys will be pushing it.
Well, he's talking about might be looking at noon or 1 p.m. maybe. I have to find out. So if they do it, if it works out that way, then we'd be able to do.
If they do it that early, yeah, we could make Frankfurt.
Well, last time we was waiting out in the parking lot right at 3:00 because we weren't allowed in the building until 3:00. Big Pete was standing there at the door. Okay, it's 3:05. We can go now.
Well, guys, hopefully we'll get our guest on. I know he's probably going to come on for another 10 minutes.
Well, that's what I told him. What
Yep.
our normal. As I talked to him a little bit earlier. I'd put Jared Bird to see if he wants to do rapid fire, but shoot, who knows where he'll be in the. How far away are we? June 23rd.
It don't matter what he's doing. We can get him on usually. Like remember that one night he was on. He was folding shirts, and one night he was he was in a hot tub in South Carolina or North Carolina.
Yeah, one day he was at work, and I think he
signal. He was standing up on top of his work truck.
How about it, Jared? June 23rd. Think you could come in for rapid fire? Just let me know.
If he's in the country.
Well, he can still put in time zones, right?
Yeah, we could do one. He could be there at 4 o'clock in the morning doing our show somewhere out of the country.
Yeah, Kelly will be a ring announcer for DCCW, Jared, if you let her.
Yeah.
She does for Shane Cowsert at AACW.
She is the ring announcer, and I love Terry.
I think we should schedule a match between Kelly and Terry for ring announcer duties.
Oh, there wouldn't be no match.
He would just forfeit and let her have it.
Well, we can't give him that option. We have to see Kelly hit him with the Hall of Fame cane.
Well, that'd be an outside the ring match. Have Tony referee it.
She said she'd win. I believe it. I'd bet on it.
All right, I'll get with you closer to time, Jared. I'll go ahead and pencil that on there. If not, I can have a backup. I'll get with you closer to time. You got to come up with a funny story. I'm sure you got plenty of them now. Oh, that's she could do it from a remote. It'll be like closed circuit ring announcing.
Since Jared's on here, I'm gonna use one of my questions right now, and he can answer it. Who's the funniest person you've worked with in a wrestling locker room? In a wrestling locker room, who's the fun? Because you've worked with all kinds of different people. Who's the person that cracked you up the most, or was weird enough to crack you up, or whatever? Who was the funniest one to you?
We need something to talk about. I'll start some trouble.
Uh-oh.
Why you guys think that people don't have the same energy when it comes to other people about things being accused of things and wanting to ban people, and then now when it's happening to other people, even when there's proof, they don't want to ban them. They want to support them.
Well, that's a tough question. I would say probably because the person that may have got accused of, well, whoever it would have been, they had beef with to begin with, or jealous of, or whatever. And then the other people are their buddies and their friends, and they don't want to believe it, or they're just going to support them because of their friends. It don't make sense to me. We've seen a lot of this since we got involved with the wrestling in the last 4 years or so. We've seen a lot of people who want to come out and talk about people or say things about people. Most of them are keyboard warriors. That's how they do it. They don't do it in person.
You wouldn't believe the keyboard warriors. Yeah. People that think they know everything. Oh, yeah, I know him. He's the worst promoter I'd ever seen. Shit, where the hell are you located? That guy just put 600 people in a venue. What do you call worst promoter you ever seen?
Jared.
Yeah, Jared could go off for months. We just put him on there.
Well, he has went off on it before.
Yeah,
it don't make sense to me. Chris, what do you think?
I just think it's bullshit. You can't pick and choose. If you're gonna have that kind of energy over it, you gotta have that kind of energy over all the time, no matter who it is. you can't pick and choose. To me, if there's nobody's been convicted of anything and all that stuff, hey, it ain't none of your damn business. Just go on. But I think me personally, I think a lot of it's just flat out jealousy.
Well, see, I have no problem with people supporting people. Okay. Because they're your friends or their family or whatever the situation. I have no problem with supporting people. There's going to be, there's going to be people who's going to do things in your life that it's going to be terrible things. You can either walk away from, but if you really care about them or love them, you're going to try to help them or you're going to support them in some way. You might not condone what they do, but that's just part of life. But now, but the other end of that is that don't mean that it's okay for you to support that person, but if somebody else does something wrong, for you to get on the internet or wherever, or even out in public and just run people down. That you can't have it both. You shouldn't be allowed to have it both ways. You need to be consistent, and you need to, just treat people with respect, man. First of all, if somebody's done something wrong as far as with the law or something like that, let the authorities take care of it. And that's another thing. I'm not trying to get on the accusers or stuff, but if somebody's done something to you, go to the police, go to the authorities, go to the prosecutors, and take care of it. And go after them that way. Don't do it on. I have trouble with people wanting to do it on the internet. Want to accuse people of stuff and tell their stories on the internet. And I'm not saying that they didn't happen. I'm not saying they're liars. I'm not saying that. But take it to the courts. And do it the right way. That's the only thing I'm saying. And I'm not trying to put anybody down. Heck, I've seen some stuff here just in the last 24 hours. It was nuts. So, I mean, it's just, Marcus, what's your take on it?
I'm sorry, I was reading on Friday nights. No, I think are you ready? I think it's bullshit. It's all politics. Slam somebody else, but when it's you doing the slamming and it happens to you, oh, I'm innocent. Yeah. Well, I know what Chris is talking about. From what I'm understanding, the guilty is more guilty than the one that's being accused, because the guilty that Chris is having reference to, it's been proven. Yeah. But oh no, we can't treat him like shit like we have other people.
Yeah, I've got somebody that I know, and I'm not going to go into details, but did some bad things. But and he was a younger person when he did it. And he paid his time. And when he got out, I didn't turn my back on him. That's my choice. That was my choice. He did his time in prison, and I didn't turn my back on that person because I didn't feel comfortable doing that. I didn't support what he did. I don't condone what he did, but he did his time. And I mean, he was somebody I cared about before. I didn't feel like it was right for me to turn my back on him, even though he made a terrible mistake. And that's a person's choice. If I would have decided, hey man, I can't, I'm not going, but that's one thing, but it would be wrong for me to go out and get on the internet and talk bad about them or go around talking bad about them. Just try to do what's right. Well, I think our guest is on here, guys. I think we can go ahead and bring him in. Jackson Morgan here for the rapid fire. Thanks for coming on with us, Jackson.
Thank you.
We'll get this started. I think Marcus is going to have a few extra questions for you because Warren, who's normally here, is under the weather. We'll let Marcus go first. Marcus, you want to double up on some questions?
I think Warren was just scared of Jackson.
I think that may have been it.
That's what it is. What it was. You want to read off Jared's message there real quick? He might type the book.
Okay.
He said he typed.
Damn.
So then he badmouths Jackson Morgan. Listen to that.
Yeah, I've met Ricky and Robert Morton, and the first thing to me, the first thing Ricky and Robert Morton did to me was crack on me about being too short. in the first 10 seconds of meeting them two. So one of them told me to stand up, and the other one acted like he clotheslined me and said I couldn't even hit you. So, yeah. So okay, guys, we'll get started. Marcus, we'll let you go first, and then I'll go second, and Chris will go third.
All right. Well, let's see. Here we go. Okay. When did you get interested in this sport, and how did you get started?
I got interested when growing up. I watched it with my dad, and then I got into it back in like 2015.
Okay. You want to follow up on the second one, Marcus? Or?
Yeah. Well, all right. Now this will be a Ward question. The worst injury you ever incurred?
The worst, bruised ribs from taking a bump badly so far.
Okay, Chris, you want to do Kelly's question? Marcus.
I'm gonna say Kelly.
Yeah, of course it is, because we already figured out the story. I already lost the night.
Favorite match that you competed in?
Favorite match I've competed in? Competed in a lot. The casket matches are pretty fun, but the most fun I've had was doing the TLC with JKO and TJ and Phoenix.
In the cage?
In the cage.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite matches.
Yeah, pretty good.
Chris?
You said you started in 2015.
Yep.
Who trained you?
Don Basher.
Marcus?
All right, hang on. I got questions all over the place. All right, well, you brought up Todd Basher, so tell us what it was like to train under Don Basher. We don't have a lot of people who've been on here to tell us that yet.
Being under Don, it's intense. He doesn't sugarcoat anything. He wants to hear every hit, and some of the guys nowadays wouldn't be able to hack it training with him.
I believe that.
Hey, we have a question from Jared Bird.
Oh, great. Fuck you, Jared.
Off the rails. Okay. The best independent wrestling match that you have seen?
One of the best independent. There's a lot of good matches out there. I would say probably IK3 versus like the Cobra this last year, or IK3 versus Jake Omen.
Yep.
I'm telling you guys, you missed a classic with that JK or IK3 and the Cobra.
They went out there and beat the car out of each other.
I hate I missed that one because everybody talks about that one now. IK3 Omen at the Cornfield of Carnage to open that show that year has probably been my favorite match that I've seen.
And there was probably not even 100 people that see that match. That's what's so great about that.
Oh yeah, the Cobra one. Yeah, that was at that small place. Yeah, Chris.
What's something you love about the wrestling business, and what's the thing you hate the most about the wrestling business?
What I love about the business is that we're all like a family. The one thing I hate about the business, it's a lot of politics. I don't do politics. A lot of people do politics in the behind the scenes. So,
Mark.
Okay. We'll go with this one. Don Basher had a unique way of putting unique stipulations to matches. Do you remember the Martinsville cage match, Battle Royal?
yes.
Where you had to get into the cage first and then
You had to get
out
in first, and then
win.
The way to win is you have to get in and be the first one out of it.
And you won that.
Yes.
Tell us about that. I remember Pogo couldn't climb the cage, so he just had Wade Silver open the door and let him in. But
yeah. You started off fighting on the outside, and then you had to work your way in, and then really, nobody knew who was winning until we got in there. So it was like a last minute decision. So
That's a different stipulation.
It was.
Well,
That was an interesting night, and that was Basher had a way of saying that okay, WCW is going to close down. This was going to be the last show. He did that about twice a year. So we rushed to Martinsville because we thought it was going to be the last WCW show. Of course, it wasn't, but he did that about 2 or 3 times a year.
So in other words, Marcus, you was a sucker.
No, because Basher and I were good buds.
Oh, okay.
So, and I love cage matches, and I knew he always come up with something unique. So,
what do you think of when I say these names? First name I'm going to say is Don Basher.
unique.
Next, Joey Owens.
Like a father.
Next, IK3.
Definitely a brother.
Next, Highlight Reel.
Interesting.
Got 2 more. Dex Royal.
A nice guy.
And my last one, Rachel Armstrong.
She's coming into her own. She's getting out there.
Yeah. Chris?
Here, we'll go.
Go with Jared's
we'll go with
question.
Jared's question number 2 here.
Let's not.
Jerry.
I'm telling you lucked out, Jackson, because Jared hasn't been on here for months.
It's because I come on here and then he comes back.
Yep.
No, I see you all over the state of Indiana. Have you wrestled in any other states?
I've wrestled in Illinois. I've went down to Missouri or Mississippi once. I went down there with Maleko and Zay.
That's probably an interesting trip.
It was.
Was there a big? Is there like a big difference in like the style like of wrestling like down south in Mississippi compared to maybe here in Indiana?
A little bit. Every place is different. You're not gonna get the same styles everywhere you go. You have to make it your own. You have to stand out for yourself.
Marcus?
Okay, we're going to bring up another Battle Royal stipulation from Don Basher. Do you remember the one in Paragon?
No.
Under the bottom rope.
Oh, okay. Where the only way to win, you have to go under the bottom. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't remember that at all.
Okay. Favorite food, favorite movie, favorite music, and favorite TV show.
Let's see here. Favorite food would be like a cookout food, like hot dogs, hamburgers. Favorite movie is Beetlejuice. Favorite TV show, I usually watch like cop shows or anything like murder mysteries type of series. Favorite candy is Reese's.
Okay. What about music?
I typically listen to pretty much anything besides screamo music.
Chris?
What's been a couple of your favorite matches that you've had?
Favorite matches I've had? Let's see here. The hardcore match with Phoenix. One of them. And then I know, let's see here. Have my debut match with the kid. Even though I was new, it was an honor to wrestle him for the first time. And then would be my match with Zay in the casket match, winning the WCW Outlaw title would be my number one.
Marcus?
All right, I'll ask you a Warren question. Okay. Would you rather have an 8-month run with the Intercontinental title or a 2-month run with the World title?
I would go with the Intercontinental title. The longer reign means I'll probably get a better shot at the World Heavyweight later.
Toughest opponent?
I would say IK3.
I can see that.
Chris?
Do you have a favorite opponent?
A favorite opponent? I would say Phoenix. And Maleko, because we sit there and beat the tar out of each other.
Yep.
Marcus?
Tell us how your titty throw came about.
Titty toss.
The titty toss?
Well, I see the first time you did that, I think, was in Lebanon at the park, and then you didn't do it forever.
Yeah. It didn't catch on the first time. And then now it's starting to catch on, so it just makes it more fun.
Chris is going to put this question up here, and I want you guys to realize I'm blind. So when I first seen the question I thought Kelly was asking was, what titties have you held?
And it's all it says. Oh, it is?
I'm blind as a freak of bat.
I thought it said that too.
What titles I've held?
Yeah.
I've held the tag titles at WCWO, the territorial, the heavy, and then I held the Exit 210 Saloon, key to the 210, and that's about it.
U.S. title at DCCW.
Yeah, I forgot about that one. Yep.
Kelly was getting a little racy there for a minute.
Yeah, well, she thought that's what we were talking about. She says we're awful. Will Asher says he doesn't like taking that move.
Oh, he doesn't. He doesn't like my chops either.
So Jared's going to ask the question. Go ahead and throw it on there.
Oh my gosh. Knowing Jared. Of course. Ain't it?
I've learned as a.
I don't know.
I think it's mine. I'll go with me. If you could be any WWE wrestler for a day, who would it be?
I would say Randy Orton. Because he doesn't have to be in the spotlight. He just makes his own spotlight for himself.
Chris?
Do you watch much of the WWE and AEW, the TV product?
No, I do not. I usually watch highlights or I watch some of the pay-per-views, but I don't watch them going up to it. I watch clips, and that's about it.
That's the way I am. Alex Bolton said you were
He's the only one that watches everything.
Yeah. Alex Bolton said you were also an FEW tag champ with the Freebird rule.
Technically, yes.
Yeah. Go ahead and ask that one. And then I'll ask mine.
Oh, shit.
That's right. Other than me, because I'm not wrestling. This midget's not
Other than
wrestling.
Tony, who would have? I really don't know any midgets, so I'll be down for the wrestle a midget. Mark that off my bucket list.
Jared, hey, we can get you a match book
No.
real quick.
No. Other than Tony, Jared, you need to bring in what's his name and have him take on Jackson.
Biggie Smalls?
What's his name?
Eric
Biggie
Smalls?
Smalls. Yeah.
Eric Smalls?
That's fine with me.
Yep.
I think Psycho would be good. Psycho against Jackson? Yeah. We do not. Okay, is it my turn now?
Yeah, I
Can't
think
remember.
so. Yeah.
Okay, first WrestleMania that you watched within 6 months after it took place.
Repeat the question.
Your first WrestleMania that you watched that took place within 6 months after it happened.
It would probably be 2000. WrestleMania 2000.
I went back a little further.
Seeing the first TLC match between the 3 tag teams and
Wasn't that a McMahon in every corner match?
yes,
Yeah, I thought.
because it was the first TLC match, and then you had every McMahon in every corner.
Favorite moment of any Comic Con or PopCon that you've done, or it can be more than one moment or match.
Every match at like PopCon or Comic Con's a moment, because every crowd's different.
Yeah.
You're not gonna have a lot of people sometimes, or they're not a wrestling crowd, so they're reacting to anything that they're seeing that they'll like.
That's true. Chris?
I'm sure that probably makes it kind of a little bit easier to work shows like that because it's not just a wrestling crowd. Like you said, they'll react to more things.
Yeah, you go out like you don't have to. You go out and have fun, and try to make them hate you or like you, to make them react.
Okay, Marcus, we're down to our final two questions.
Was that Chris's question?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell us your experience with Thunderstorm. Was that the biggest crowd you'd ever worked? And what was that like? Because I know that was the biggest crowd we'd ever worked.
Yeah, that's the biggest crowd so far I've worked. It was pretty intense, nerving, but at the same time, I knew I was going out and do the same thing I do every Friday. So,
Okay. Funniest person you've been around in a wrestling locker room?
it would be Don Basher, because some of the things he's done, like when you first start out, he would come out, beat you with a industrial fan. I experienced it to where he beat me with it, set it on my back, brought in the saddle, put somebody else on top, and they rode me like a horse.
Okay.
I think if you look at Basher's profile on his, because his Facebook page is still up, I think he has that industrial fan in that picture. So
Yeah, he'll beat you with it, you move, you get it beat more.
Chris Kelly's got a question.
It's pretty hard because your home life has to come first before wrestling life to pay the bills and stuff like that. But I manage with writing down dates and planning stuff out. It's like time management is what you need.
Yeah, I don't see how Joey does it.
Joey says it's hard at times.
I'll bet. Well, we lost him for a minute.
Yeah, he'll be back. What?
Maybe.
Probably.
I got Warren's last question too. So
Okay. So
you're up, Tony.
it's your turn, Chris.
What has been your? Do you have a favorite show that you've worked?
A favorite show I've
shows that
worked?
stand out?
The most favorite show I worked would be like Comic-Con and PopCon. Working those are more fun than anything else.
It has to be rough on the body, wrestling sometimes 3, 4, 5 times a day, and then doing it 3 days in a row. You guys have to be pretty banged up by the end of the weekend.
Yes, but it's part of doing the wrestling business. You wrestle multiple times a weekend, and you get used to it.
And you sold quite a bit of merch. Well,
Yes.
Kelly told me.
You sell a lot of merch.
Plus, Marcus.
All right, these
Final
are
questions?
all right. Well, I'll go ahead and do Warren's first.
Okay.
He wants to know. He asks everybody: are you an NWO guy or Degeneration X guy?
I would go NWO.
Sure.
And more than likely the Wolfpack all the way.
Wolfpack. All right, I'll let him know because he's keeping track of that. Okay, my final question is that funny story I told you needed to think about. So,
I just told it.
well, they come up with another one. I'm sure you've got. Actually, you have got to come up. You surely have tons of them.
What, stories?
Yeah,
Where did they come up with
you're on
that?
the road with Basher. There's got to be stories.
Yeah.
And you don't have to PG it. If you get too carried away, we'll slow you down a little bit.
Stuff that's been said on here, I don't think you get too carried away.
I don't
Look what Kelly said.
Let's see here. Funniest story, I would say. I've seen that I haven't been a part of would be watching Joey Dice shit himself when he wrestled Justin Kyle.
I can see that happening.
He speared him into the cage and he shit himself.
Whew.
Jared. He ain't gonna let that go, Chris. You put it up there.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you got a story with Pogo. Well, Asher wants to know. Surely you got a story with Pogo.
I ain't sharing Pogo stories. Yeah, go fuck yourself, Jared.
We ignored the question. He
I didn't put
again.
it up there, so you ask it again.
What goes through your mind when you're called Peppa Pig? It doesn't really bother me. It just shows they're changing. Like, they recognize I'm a pig, but at the same time, it doesn't bother me none. It just shows they're there for me or they're not.
If you started your own wrestling company tomorrow, who would be the first 3 people you would hire?
First 3 people I would hire.
Yep.
Joey Kid Owens for his for the business part of it, because he has the knowledge of it. IK3 would be one of the talents, and then for loyalty it would probably be Pogo. He's stuck with WCWO for all these years.
I have another question I wanted to add in there real quick. I just thought of it. What is the difference working for Don Basher and working for Joey Owens? Because you've got to work for both.
With Kid, there's more telling of the story parts. When Basher was running it, it's a lot of all over the place. Kids settling it to where there's some stories and in-betweens. A lot of storytelling that brings in the more people to watch.
Okay. Yeah, thanks for answering that. I never got to meet Don Basher, so I was just curious what the difference was. Does that make sense to you, Marcus, since you got to see both products?
Yeah. Basher was very old school. A lot of the time it was just a show every Friday. There was very little story to story.
Mm-hmm.
But Kid and his crew, they do storylining like they do. So,
Chris, final question.
All right. Well, for my last question, I usually just give you opportunity to let people know like your social media, where you can get merch or upcoming shows, any of that good stuff.
I wrestle every Friday night. The next show I would be at would be Friday night. Just to get merch, you just have to show up at one of the shows, and I really don't do through social media as much. I do have a Jackson Morgan page. You can message me there, and then I can bring some merch to a couple of the shows. Because I know, yeah. I think I have FEW the 17th of this month would be the next show.
I think it's on a
Let's see.
Sunday. I think that's 18th.
18th.
18th. It's 18th.
Yep.
You
That'd
know,
be the next upcoming show.
you know who you're working Friday?
I'm
I do,
wrestling
I got
Mike
it.
Noble.
Yeah, Street Fight, I see.
Yeah, he's in a rude awakening on that one.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, beat the hell out of him.
Hey, just let Kelly bring that
Yeah,
cane.
if we're there, she'll have that cane. Use it. Put it right in his mouth.
Damn, in the mouth. Well, thanks a lot for coming on. We really appreciate
No
it.
problem. Thank you. Thank you
We'll
for having me.
definitely having you on again sometime.
For sure.
Appreciate it. And, you have a good night.
You too.
All right, guys. You guys have anything before we get out of here?
Hey, Marcus, give you don't have to do the whole card or anything, but about the Saturday show, where it's at and cost and time.
Okay. Nathan Barrett Benefit Show will be at the WCW Outlaw Arena there on Kentucky Avenue, Saturday, May 10th. Doors open at 5, bell time is 6. Front row is 20. The rest of the room is 15. If you do happen to need handicap spots, please let Sam know. He will make arrangements. We will be in our normal spots, of course, but he did post that out there. All proceeds will go to Nathan Merritt's family. He's also doing a toy drive. If you want to bring toys for Tatum, which is his son, to give to Tatum, please do. And I'm thinking he's got bracelets. I know he's got bracelets. Yeah, I just said toy collection. Yeah, Kelly just yelled toy collection. I forgot about that earlier. She's in the other room, by the way.
You better do what she says.
I just did toy collection. But it's going to be a huge event. Nathan will be. If Nathan was here, he'd be one of the first ones in the door to see that show. So I give it to Sam and rounding up this group of people to put this kind of event on. I'm impressed. I will be there. Kelly will be there. We will have it covered on Monday. So.
Yeah, I knew of Nathan before. I got to meet him one time. Recently, actually, just a couple months ago, 2.5 months ago. Got to meet the young man. Very nice young man, and so definitely go out and support this cause. Help his family. Definitely a worthwhile cause, and definitely going to be a good show. It's not going to break you. So definitely check that out. Also check out WCW every Friday night. Also give them a plug because they're letting them use the building and stuff. So thanks for Joey Owens for doing that, stepping up for the cause, for the wrestling business, which I know he loves. So definitely appreciate that too.
And if you want to take Mama to a wrestling show, remember AVW in Oakwood, Illinois is running their postponed show this Sunday. Shoot, I don't know what the bell time is on that. It's Illinois time.
I think it's 5 Illinois time, 6 our time.
Yeah, I think so.
6 Eastern, 5 Central, and like he said, mothers get in for free.
And $20 for the front row, and I'm not sure about the rest. So,
Well, everybody have a good night. And I thought that went very well.
yeah.
All right.
I just had to rearrange my notes a little bit. I got to rewrite all these out. So, I have them all.
Thanks for Jared for helping us fill a little time and getting us laughing. And for Kelly. Kelly, you're a potty mouth. What happened to you?
Her feed's a little slow. She'll react here in a minute.
Yeah, she'll be out there.
I think the reason we all thought that was because that popped up at the same time that you asked the question
Yeah.
about the
Titty toss.
about the titty toss.
About the titty.
And then I look up, and
And
the
I
next
look
thing
up.
I see is, whose titties have you held?
And that's exactly what I see.
Well,
And
that's
then
what I
looked at-
thott I seen too. And it's like I had to like, oh
Yeah,
shit,
I got
GS.
I got closer to it and said, oh, and then I started laughing. I said, you know, I told Chris, I said, I thought that's that couldn't happen any better if we played it.
I need to get hold of Pogo and get him on here. I know that guy's got Basher stories out the wazoo. So
Yeah.
because Jackson's right. Pogo was there from the beginning with Basher, so
Yeah.
they were best friends. So
That's what I've heard. And I know he's very loyal to WCWO. I know that for a fact. So.
Oh, bitch.
You gonna start
That
calling?
says we're awful. You think Kelly be used to us by now, but I guess not.
All right, we appreciate everybody watching. Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo'S Sports Room. Like and follow Facebook, Twitch, X, Instagram, all Gonzo'S Sports Room as well. And we'll see you guys next Monday.
That'd be absolutely devastating.
Here, this is Joey Owens show. They've been trying to get me on this broadcast forever, and this is the worst damn podcast I've ever been on. So you all